The Dow Jones Industrial Average, commonly referred to as the Dow, is one of the oldest and most widely followed stock market indices in the world. The Dow tracks the performance of 30 large, publicly traded companies in the United States, representing a wide range of industries. The history of the Dow Jones dates back over 100 years and has seen the index rise and fall through several major events and economic cycles. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was created by Charles Dow, Edward Jones, and Charles Bergstresser in 1896. At the time, Dow was a financial journalist who believed that by tracking the performance of the leading industrial companies in the U.S., he could create a barometer of the overall health of the economy. The original index included 12 companies, primarily in the rail and steel industries. Today, the Dow consists of 30 companies across a variety of industries, including technology, healthcare, finance, and retail. In its early years, the Dow was primarily used by Wall Street professionals as a tool to gauge market sentiment and make investment decisions. However, as the index gained popularity, it became a more widely recognized benchmark for the overall health of the U.S. stock market. Today, the Dow is often used as a shorthand for the U.S. stock market as a whole, despite the fact that it only tracks 30 companies out of thousands that are publicly traded. Over the years, the Dow has gone through several major ups and downs. One of the most significant events in the Dow's history was the stock market crash of 1929, which marked the beginning of the Great Depression. In the months leading up to the crash, the Dow had been on a steady upward trajectory, reaching an all-time high of 381 points in September of that year. However, the crash wiped out nearly 90% of the Dow's value, with the index bottoming out at 41 points in July 1932. It would take another 25 years for the Dow to regain its pre-crash levels. The post-World War II period saw the Dow experience a long period of growth, with the index rising steadily throughout the 1950s and 1960s. This era was characterized by a booming U.S. economy, fueled by a combination of consumer spending, technological innovation, and government investment. The Dow reached 1,000 points for the first time in 1972, and continued to climb throughout the decade, reaching an all-time high of 1,343 points in 1987. However, the 1980s also saw the Dow experience one of its most dramatic crashes, with the index losing over 22% of its value in a single day on October 19, 1987, in what came to be known as Black Monday. The crash was largely attributed to computerized trading programs that had been developed in the years leading up to the event. Despite the severity of the crash, the Dow recovered relatively quickly and continued to climb throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. The early 21st century has been marked by a series of major economic events that have had a significant impact on the Dow's performance. The dot-com bubble of the late 1990s and early 2000s saw many tech companies experience rapid growth before ultimately collapsing, causing the Dow to decline sharply. The terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, also had a major impact on the Dow, which experienced a steep drop in the days following the attacks. More recently, the Dow has been affected by the ongoing health pandemic, which has caused widespread economic disruption around the world. In the early months of the pandemic, the Dow experienced its largest single-day point drop in history, losing over 2,000 points in a single day in March 2020.